Good morning. I am higher vibrations, and so are you. And holy cannoli in a bucket of snakes. There's been so much happening energetically. Like, it is off the chart experiences for a lot of people. I know we're getting a solar flare right now. It's impacting us right now. So I was not noticing this when we were first starting to join this call. There's like a delay in our connectivity, so please bear with us. Also, if you notice that there's anything going on with our audio, please let us know if both mine and Ani's audio is like right. So, because I know that sometimes when we have calls, there's like two different, one's loud, one's soft, and you have to like turn it up and down. So please just let me know if you feel like it. So anyway, yeah, we are getting a lot of really crazy energy coming in. The Schumann's been spiking and doing all kinds of stuff. The solar flares. We're on the eve of the solstice. The solstice peaks at 3:50. I've seen some examples where it said 3:51 p.m. Central Time. So translating that to your own time zone, for instance, if you're Pacific, you would take 2 hours away, so it'd be 1:50 or 1:51. So that's when it peaks, and then the next day is our first Capricorn full moon in a row. We have two back-to-back Capricorn moon. Full moon, and also the interaction with Pluto is really fascinating. The fact that our solstice is on this day is very significant. It hasn't happened this early, 148 years. Or is it 242? I can't remember. Okay, I'm not. So it's been a long time. So anyway, that's really fascinating. Just thought I'd add that in. So, Ani, how are things going on? Alina, Ani, how do you want your name? Which name am I saying? You have both of them up.
Right, I can see that. I'm not sure if the connection is okay. Do you hear me? Because it's lagging a little bit.
Yes,
So hello everyone. I'm so grateful of being here and sharing this morning with you, or this day is actually evening here. My name is Alina. I'm using also the name of my higher self, which is Anaì. So whichever you prefer, I respond to both.
I like both of them.
So thank you. I actually got Anaì in my meditation, where it was I was guided that it was the name of my higher self. So, and I really like it. And well, when I asked what does it mean? So it means star. So, yes.
Beautiful. I can totally resonate with that. Mila is my higher self name. I really don't care what anybody calls me personally. Like,
Yeah.
there have been people who, know me as Pamela forever. And honestly, I still often introduce myself as Pamela. It's not like that's not my name anymore. It's just that this is my higher self and a name that I can actually resonate with. I find it fascinating that typically most people, most starseeds, most people that we talk to and have over the years, typically don't resonate with their own name. And when we find a name that actually makes sense to us, we're just like, I found it, and so I'm just curious if you would like to share, how did you come about coming to being shown your name?
Well, sure. I mean, it's a pretty crazy as it is, and now I'm being reminded by Arcturians that we, as humans, really like labels. So we really like to have names and names of humans and names to things and stuff. But really, it's not that important. It's much more that we are being recognized by the universal consciousness, by our soul signature, mostly. So they showed me that the soul, like a ball of light, and it has a frequency, as you would see when you listen to the music, you know, and there is this hiking spikes, and then this is the soul signature. So each one of us are being recognized by this signature. So it's basically that, and that Anaì is something which resonates with the star family where I'm from. And when I asked what does it mean, so they told me that it's a star. It means star basically. So yeah, and I think I really like it. I mostly now resonate with it than with my previous birth name. So, but I mean, I respond to both, so it doesn't matter really.
I love that. I'm when I first was so my experience, as a lot of you already know, I had a really amazing connection with some energies that showed me that taking the paw off of my name, because I was right after I was able to. I did some father wound healing, is what they had said, and I had done. I was doing some pretty rapid healing about that time,
Yeah.
and what's fun is I got a definition of what this name meant also, but no one ever asked. So I never said it. And it's been fun because a lot of people have been coming to me with like different cultural definitions, and a lot of it kind of goes together. But what they showed me was, so peace, and the word peace and the word happy meant the same thing in the language that they were speaking. And they meant both things, but it was bringer of peace. And like bringer of love, bringer, like, and it doesn't mean like it's like those who are able to just being there, help and allow for the love and the joy that people already have in them to come up, like they feel safe to do it. And that was what the name meant. This isn't that I don't there isn't language when we talk like this to these beings, like you said, because the frequency, it's all resonance. It's all
Yes.
musical, isn't it? Because there's a lag. There's going to be a bunch of times where I'm like, stop. I'm waiting to see if anybody wants to jump in. So, it might be my end. I know we're getting solar flare impacted right now, and oh, look, we got people here too. Should we say hello? We got Jana's here. Hello, it's good to see Jana. Mick Olson commented, cool, when you were explaining the process of how these things work, like how the music comes in, how it's all melodic. Joe says hello as well. Hello, welcome. And Jana's precious darling. I love this. When we speak words, names, titles of spirits, of angels, they do work because we mean what we're saying, but we are only using these like you were just saying. We use these titles as a way to call them in, to call the phone number. However, it's right before you speak your voice. It's right here. That's how most of telepathy works for me too. Is that I don't know what someone's thinking exactly. I know what they're gonna say in a minute because of it. It's the resonance leaves before the voice speaks. And so it's like you send the parcel ahead of time. So I get to kind of like see some of the imagery and feel some of the sensations while you're telling the story, because you've already sent the parcel ahead. With that parcel, it means something. It means someone. So like the person that you're close to, your child, your lover, whoever, just before you say their name, you'll notice right here that there's music. It's melodic. That music means that individual. It's really cool. So
Right.
go ahead.
Just yes, precisely. It's mostly. I mean, before got a lot of imagery while I was making, and gradually starting to develop this telepathy with them. So now I could actually channel and I hear, but still, I think sometimes, sometimes when I'm not really sure, or I think, whoa, this is too crazy, and then my human filter comes along, and then I have to like go back and then re-ask, for instance, because it's I mean, the information, and then I understand now that looking back, that they are still feeding me like spoonfuls of information. So for me to have time to process, because still I'm in this human body, and I have the human mind, of course, and so we have this filter still. I mean, me. But I think I'm getting better and better and in understanding and reading, and just having a way to translate what is it that they are trying to convey to me and to the others with whom I'm working. So it's interesting.
Right. Yeah, I would say that's the same. They're very patient always. Like all the energies that I interact with are very patient, but you can feel like a little undertone of frustration because I take so long. Like there have actually been times where I've been in the middle of an experience and they're like, all right, you got to go now. Thank you. And I'm like, but wait, and they're like, no, no, no. You're just making everything take too long. It is not like rude. It's not being mean. It's just because even with telepathy, I still translate. I still use all the words to say what they're like that, and it just takes a long time. And so it's really funny, huh?
Totally, I resonate totally. And often call me baby. You're still a baby, so I can try to like find the words in my head which would like more precisely align to what they're trying to say, and then sometimes they just indicate me to some information or some books where I can read, and then I get these activations like, this is what you should be looking at, this is what you should be trying to understand, and then from this they build a big, and then how it all works, so I could understand better and convey the message as well. So
Right. Yeah. I get the same. And because I do this just like you do, where I talk to other people and
truly, they really.
Please go ahead.
It's like, so it's me or
Go ahead. You.
okay. So as I read it at the moment, is this because I asked, why are you so interested really in having us advance and really spreading this information about this ascension and healings, and like they would like to help me heal people, just helping me channel this energy, and trying to amass the information for different persons when I'm channeling for them. So I ask, why are you so interested? Because I mean, really, and then as I understood, it's the ascension of consciousness is at the moment experienced by all levels, not only us here, but also all levels. So by helping us, they are helping themselves. So that's why they are actually really interested in this progress, in advancing. And as they tell me that you are happy, we are happy. So, I mean, it's really amazing the times we are living in to have this backup system, and then with this telepathic communication, understand that really we are supported. So we really have to like forge, ahead with this singular purpose of just healing, because this healing, it is actually is ascension process at the moment.
Right. That's right. With this resolution of what we're doing right now, resolving what we've been pulling along as anchors for so long, allows ascension. It looks like the visual they give me is like, the hot air balloons and all the bags of sand around it. And they're people each time that we do some work of healing, of resolving this trauma, it's like clipping those sandbags so we can move up further. It removes the weight, and that's what we're doing. And it looks like Rose Matter had a session with you yesterday too, and it went very well. Thank you for speaking up, Rose Matter. That's awesome. How is it? Well, I guess I'll ask later, though. I would like to ask one question about how you do sessions, if that's all right.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. I mean, right before the session, I actually am being kind of like, how should I say this, politely pushed by my family to take a pen and write down and the information about those persons as soon as I ask the permission from their higher selves. So they are just, what should I write down about them? And usually it resonates with them strongly. And then also they are interested in channeling this. As I understand, each person has the healing energies around them. But sometimes when it is not a harmonious setup for the person yet. So the person would need a channeler, as me, for instance, to amass this healing energy and just, send it where it's needed. And by this,
Right.
I'm being strongly guided how to do that and how to channel this healing energy so that it is being received as it should be. And it is amazing because, I asked, I always wanted to help and heal. And my desire was to heal in one session, basically. And I remember once in a meditation, I was, when I kind of like expressed this intent to be able to heal, I saw a breeze. I felt a breeze of wind, although, the curtains moving as by as if it were a wind breeze, but there were no windows open.
Right.
I see this as an accept of help and guidance from my guides to be able to do that. So actually, soon enough, I had some clients coming from, you know, the usual world, not from the star seeds, and just somebody from my friends. They came and they had a problem, for instance, with they took some medications and with high blood pressure and some other things, and then in a session there was a healing actually, so they were healed, and at all, so they are off medications at the moment.
Wow.
And I was amazed basically, because I didn't think that my, you know, wish would be granted in such a way, and so I'm really glad that I could actually be able to do that. On the other hand, I'm being told that sometimes, you know, the amassing of these healing energies is for the person to find its own path towards healing. If this is a starseed who is also going to be a healer, so they need to understand the process of healing. Otherwise, it wouldn't be compassionate enough for them. So they wouldn't be able to resonate with the healing process itself.
Right.
So by this, the energies would be to activate the process, and then gradually it will come along. So it's really amazing how it's being done. And also, I myself healed. I'm not sure. I think I mentioned previously that I had an autoimmune disease. And I was on medications. It was a year ago, and actually I'm completely healed also. So it also, it's an amazing thing. Although you know, the doctors, they were telling me that this is for life, and then if I would be off medications, then I would die. So I mean,
Right.
I'm still alive and kicking. So
That's awesome.
yeah. So I mean,
Go ahead.
I'm really glad to be, you know, because it's inspiring for me also to see how, like for instance, Arcturians, which I'm channeling, they really like to help in many ways, not only with the healing, but also guide the person with different information, which is also activation of the person while I'm speaking with them. I understand sometimes because I start channeling just for the person. So I understand that the person is being activated to, you know, start on a path of healing, of a holistic approach by healing the four lower bodies, basically, you know, the mental, emotional, energetic, and physical. Otherwise, you know, if you only heal a part of it, so the recurring thoughts and stuff could be expressing in some other disease, for instance. So how important it is for them to really, you know, perform a holistic healing, so that the four lower bodies, I mean, we have more, but the four main lower bodies would integrate better with the higher self, the light body, you know. So
What are those four main bodies that you're
we
talking
are
about?
being prepared at the moment. Say again?
What were
I'm sorry.
the four Would you please, for the audience's interest, what are the four lower main bodies? Where would you name those off for us?
Sure. Yes. So the mental body, the emotional body, the energetic body, so basically our aura, and physical body. So really, like for instance, for Arcturians, it's really important to have, like they say, a diet of mind. So as you intake food, you intake information, but also programmed thoughts that are always, they are really influencing our lives, you know. So I mean, it's really important to be consciously aware what are the thoughts, what are the triggers that influence us in acting on a daily basis. So basically, you really need to start be in a constant state of mindfulness or meditation, as to really align to the highest timeline, highest and best timeline, as they say.
Thank you. That was very well explained. And I agree, especially I would say that of all of the bodies you listed, most people often will forget that one of those is that we consume with the mind. And so, like, they'll be doing everything correct in every other way, though perhaps overindulging in, let's say, mainstream media or something, like there's stuff that's not of highest joy and highest good coming in, and so balancing all of them. Thank you very much for writing it out too. Thank you very much, Mary. These different bodies, I would say, of all of them, the mental one is one we're kind of figuring out right now. We're becoming more aware of on a higher level. Though it could seem frustrating for anybody who's like talking to somebody who has like a weird connection. I feel like every time that you're really in your moment, there's more disruption, and that's awesome. Like that's like proof of the energy you're bringing through. I find sometimes my internet becomes even more unstable when energies are coming in. It's really cool because my end, you look like you're in the Matrix. It's really cool. You keep fading away and everything. So I was curious. I would love to continue this conversation further, if that's okay. What is it that when that amazing experience where you were gifted healing, when the wind blew and you had that profound experience and you just knew what it was that had happened, what was your first step to like experiment to see how to make it work? Like, what did
Oh, that's such a good question. It's like, okay, now I need to trust. Sometimes I know that I need to surrender, to the process, because when I force it, it doesn't really come along that well. And sure enough, I mean, soon enough, this friend of mine, he came absolutely out of nowhere. I didn't expect. He told me that, well, I know you, wrote a message or use Reiki, and because it's Reiki, I mean, for them, I wrote about Reiki. And I just, I'm desperate. I don't know what to do, and I'd like to just try. And I just told him, because they told me, okay, you know what? You believe it, it works. You don't believe it, it still works. So it would be canceling, the client's own set of thoughts where he would talk himself out of the healing somehow. So it's like breaking down the limitations, and it's like a healing. So he laid down, and I remember they were trying to tell me, okay, he has an attachment, and I was like, okay, I'm not telling this person about any attachments at all. What should I do? And they were like, okay, you need to, like, the process of using the violet flame, and we are helping you, and just to call in Archangel Michael, and then the healing. So put the hands like that and like so. And 10 minutes in, and they told me, okay, it is done. And I'm like, no, I should continue, because humans, we are used to having this with 1 hour and a half, I don't know. And they were like, okay, so sing bowls. So I was just using some singing bowls, but the healing was done already. So, half an hour, I couldn't more. And then, yes. So, and then he wrote me, the second day he went to the doctor, and then he took some blood tests. So it was Friday. So he had the answers on Monday. So I really wanted to know what is, how is he going? And my guides told, just wait, he will write to you. So he wrote me on Monday evening. I don't know what happened, but I'm not on medications anymore, and doctor said that I'm so fine, and even my what's it called, the back organs here in English. Oh, the small two we have. Oh God.
There you are.
We have two organs here which are cleansing the
Kidneys?
blood as well. Same. Kidneys, yes. Yes, sorry. He had a problem with the kidneys from these medications, and also the kidneys were cleaned. And turns out I also got the message that before the healing, so I also was able to channel this energy for cleansing his blood from the vaccine. So
awesome.
Which actually was causing this high blood pressure.
Right. Wow. And you just feel into it. You just know. You just know what to do. You're just guided. And I just wanted to bring this up while Christina Hayballs noticed your beautiful energies on Telegram chat and feel your sounds. I have just recognized that it's you. So it's so nice to see you live. It was really sweet. Christina she's coming on live with me in the next little while. I haven't answered your email back. I will though, Christina. We're gonna have a cool conversation. I would say I have the same experience. In most cases, people expect you to take like forever to do stuff, and then you have to like be making like funny sounds and having funny expressions, and like most of the real time healing that I do is just when I'm talking to somebody. We're just having a conversation. They don't even know. Like if you incur, oh, I lost her all the way. She'll be back. When we are doing these types of healings, this is no video feed. There we go. When we do these types of healings, though, hi, welcome back. When we do these types of healings, we don't always know that all it requires is the person to flow. So when they speak, you can actually be healing them while we're talking or having a conversation. It's kind of cool. So Are you back or are you frozen? I can't tell if you're just sitting still. Her internet connection. There you go. You're there. You see me?
Yay.
So what I've seen, there's been a few people who have mentioned having done sessions with you and would like to. I'm just wondering, is there already some way that's set up for people to be able to find you? Just in case she hears me, I'm waiting to be. She may be stalled out because it says now she's got a really low 5 out of 10 connection. It's really interesting they say that. Well, we'll wait for her to come back. The interactions that I've had with her have also been incredibly positive, and the energies that I don't know if you guys can feel it, the energies that she tunes into, they're really high frequency. There you are. I can see and hear you now.
Yes.
Oh, awesome. Thank
Can
you.
you see? I'm
going to copy that, and now I'm going to paste it into the comments here.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Hi.
I'm not sure how much you.
Sorry, I heard some parts of that sentence. I don't want to interrupt her. Well, we do know that the energies are coming in really strong right now. I want to show you guys that I put her website up here, anaisparkle.com, and just checking out her website. You can interact with her also on Telegram. She's on our group. There's a Telegram link in the description of this video. I don't think we're closing the conversation. I'm just waiting for her to find stable connection. If that doesn't work, perhaps we can have her on again at a different time. I would like to, while we're in this, I saw a comment earlier that I really wanted to address. Shift into authentic you, exploring the dimensions. Mass is purging fear codes now. I have to keep clearing. This is something I'm having experience with too. Not just the fear purge stuff, but also we're having a lot of like this frustration, anger, just coming up inside of us. And so a lot of people are experiencing that too. Just know as this comes in that it's on its way out. It's leaving. That's why you're seeing it. So just let it go. Allow it to move through, and that being seen instead of ignored and denied usually assists this a lot. So are you back or are you frozen? Can't tell if you're just sitting comfortably. It says you have 10 out of 10 internet. Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? Now I kind of wonder if I'm like the one that's like in the middle of the in between. There she comes. All right. Hi. You have full signal now, it says.
Hi.
So, what is a session like that if someone like, so I clicked this up and I put it up so people can see it. This is the website to find you, anaisparkle.com. What is the steps that the person would take to get a session with you? Would they go to your website and book a session? And then like, how long does a session take? It must be really delayed. Can you hear me?
What was that?
Sorry, how long does a session take when a person makes a session with you?
Well, usually it's 1 hour because we talk and I have also channeling for them, information coming from their guides,
Mm-hmm.
and also a healing if it is needed.
Awesome.
So,
You,
yes.
I like this a
And
lot.
sure
I really
enough,
have. Sorry.
sure enough, that's responsible for their own healing. I'm a believer in that. Sometimes, you know,
I know.
I mean, what I am here.
Right. That's awesome. I'm asking so many questions because I really resonate with all of the energies you connect to. And it's fascinating to watch it because I feel like that you're on a similar but different enough trajectory that I'm like, wow, what's it like on that playground? And like it just sounds really neat. So and I would you mind saying I it's really fascinating where you live. You don't have to be give me your address or even the town that you're in, but would I don't oh she's gone. So that's okay. We will bring that up in a minute. This is something that's really common, guys. Like I don't know if you guys noticed, like when you talk to high frequency people, it's not just like I've had so many conversations with her that have not been like this at all. And like you see the shifting in her background and on her body and stuff. And we just discount that as interference or there's something with the internet. By the way, she had full bars for her internet. They show me over here on the side. We often discount it as and explain it away as being something else. But if you looked at it, I encourage you to go back and look at some of the stuff that was going on. It was really cool. So there she is. Hi. This is really cool. This is really neat. Please understand, I'm not frustrated. This shows me the frequent. I was just talking to them about that. And Eric's, I'm getting multiple activations listening to this convo. Love you, sisters. There's a lot of people are getting benefit from this conversation. So I hope that you're not frustrated because you're doing great.
Yay.
Yeah. So how do you get much foresight? Like, do you have an idea of what's going to happen for you next? Like, are you just on it in the energy? Did we lose you again? Oh. Oh my goodness. Are you back? You're back. Can you hear me? It says she's back. I don't think she can interact with me. This is fascinating. This call's been going on for 43 minutes. We can go on like this for a bit longer if she's not too frustrated and feels like if she does feel like continue. There you are. I saw you blink. You're here. Can you hear me? I saw her blink. Okay. We'll wait till well, it looks like you have 9 out of 10 bars. Can you hear me okay? Maybe if I put her screen over here, bring her back. Nope. Well, and then if you go back and look at some of the times where it was like really like doing her image was changing and shifting, you can see there was some like Egyptian god energies in there and stuff. It was crazy, like Greek probably is what I meant to say. But right now we've got a lot going on. We have this, I don't know who's been following the Schumann, but let me hurry and pull up an image to show you guys. This is a screenshot from before. I should probably actually give you the real one right now. But this has been really crazy. Like, I don't know who's been following, but the Schumann resonance has been really spiking off the charts. And here she comes. I'm just gonna put my phone up against the screen here, even though it'd be much better to do like, oops, maybe I'm not gonna do that. Let's see. Here, I'm actually gonna email this to myself and show you guys. Hi, welcome back. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm fine.
I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you speak, and I'm just gonna be quiet. You go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I am not sure what. I mean, shall I continue with something specific, or would you like to?
Oh,
I
yes,
actually
please.
had some guidance today regarding the energies, which would. Okay, I sure hope the connection would be. So in the morning, I had a guidance just after the meditation regarding this session today with you. And the guidance was that the energies are in strongly and more solar flares are to be expected. The upcoming solstice energies are breaking down the blockages for the healing of the divine masculine, which actually stands for focused action. So, as before, in the previous months, we were being made accustomed to the healing and welcoming receiving energies of the divine feminine, where we have been guided to slow down, heal, be present, be conscious about thoughts, action, and manifesting. Really, the previous period was indeed heavily oriented towards healing of our four, also mind, heart, coherence, aligning to our truth, so that now we can begin create or co-create, act, express our divine essence, and manifest. What I get from this message is really what I was also going through previously. I took so many naps. I don't. Maybe sometimes I was sleeping like for 16 hours ago. Slow down and heal, mostly, and receive, being in this receiving mode. I'm feminine, and now Arcturians, they like to talk about balance, and as I understand, is from this point where we are more healed, we can actually begin acting and interacting with the society and see perhaps us, so that we can heal and integrate, but also, start applying, acting. So this would be our evolution from the receiving to acting.
Thank you. I That broke up a little bit, but I got most of it. And I agree. This active, thank you very much for that really important, beautiful message. Um, what we're talking about is tomorrow. Tomorrow is the solstice, and we've all been
Yes.
preparing for it, and it's so weird that it's just like, oh, by the way, now it's tomorrow. Isn't that feel funny? Um, and like it's just like,
Yeah.
right? We've been it's taken so much work or time or waiting and patience, and now this is the strongest summer solstice I've ever been a part of in this incarnation. And so a lot of us are knowing our bodies are shifting to do what you were saying, where there's different types of preparation happening. Some people are taking in more water and less food. Some people, I'm noticing that some people who weren't very physically fit before are starting to like exercise and do yoga and qigong, and like these people are starting to be more aware and preparing themselves for tomorrow. And what's your suggestion for tomorrow? Because we know the energies are going to spike tomorrow, we just know it, right? So what would if someone asked you, what should I do for this, to be able to utilize what's coming in
Tomorrow,
for me? Go ahead.
I'm trying to see if I can, if I'm having some guidance coming through. I think, when we speak in an audience, it's best to say that, and we are ascending together.
Yeah.
But at so, and there are those who started this process long before, so they are more prepared as
I think we lost her. I saw you move. You're back. More prepared is where we lost you.
all right. So
It's okay.
the solstice energies, as I understand, they are really eliminating the resistance for healing the divine masculine, because it is all about this empowerment and also
Right.
in respect
We're in the middle of a solar flare right now, by the way, for those of you who are just joining. So this is causing some serious disruption in our telecommunications. They used to call it space weather because you could expect, if there was going to be any kind of a solar flare, that it could have impact on our inner experience that we're having right now here. And I'm just looking it up right now, and I'm looking at the sun images on. So I go to spaceweatherlive.com and get a lot of, and it's showing that we have a couple of different things coming in, but I'm trying to find exactly, I think it's an M4, M1.4, sorry. that's coming in. So we're getting that. And also I wanted to show you guys something, because now I know how to share screen on this. Check this out. Let's see. Let me make this big. Let me share screen and then grab it. Oh, guess what? It doesn't do it for pictures. Really? Oh, that's lame. Never mind. Okay, anyway, but we're getting this. Our Schumann resonance is off the charts. It's acting crazy. While we were live here, it just showed that the impact of the solar flare was coming in right at that moment. She's coming back. There we go. Hi.
Hi.
It's what's happening with the energy right now. Like, I mean, this, I can't even do it. This one, it won't let me do it. For some reason, I can't share a screen for photographs, but you're doing great. I want you to know you're doing great. Even when you think you're not, I can feel you being frustrated. And I want you to know, I can at least understand what you're saying. And I'm getting the flow of what you're meaning to convey. So, yeah. Everybody's been made prepared for tomorrow. They already know. So just go with what they're being guided to do is basically what you're saying, right? You're already guided.
Yes, because we, as I told before, we are all at different steps on our path. So I mean, it's really unique for everyone, and really listening to the body.
Yeah. And your body's telling you. Your body's really like, I mean, I would say that my biggest aha moment with my body was one day realizing I don't have to eat breakfast if I don't want to. Like, I know it sounds so silly, but it was groundbreaking for me because it's the healthiest meal of the day was a propaganda that I bought. Turns out that was just a commercial for cold cereal. That's what they decided to start telling people. And so I started listening to my body and I stopped eating breakfast. And hey, I started feeling better. I always had a weight problem, but I was always eating meals that I didn't want to eat. My body didn't want those meals. I didn't want breakfast and lunch. I don't eat that way. So I intermittent fast. So any of you feeling like that you're in a fasting period right now, that's totally in alignment for what's going to happen.
Right.
And whatever else, right? Are you noticing shifting in your body preparing you for this? Sorry. Go ahead.
Well, it was not so long ago, an evening where I felt really down with the energies because they were so strong. I really felt like all my body was shaking, and I asked to be realigned. So I was actually taken to the ship and realigned there because it was not enough for them to come and make just the energy surgery as they usually do. So by all means, whatever you are guided, usually is the Arcturians who are performing healings. So just before you go to sleep, ask them in their own words to help you realign the body so that you would harmonically take in the energies, and it would be easier on the body. Because the more you are harmonious, the easier are the energies on the body. And Arcturians are also really good brain surgeons in the way that they are rewiring the brain as they tell, so that the memories of disease are really taken away. So they advise me for each one of you to just ask them before you go to sleep, and that it is being done in a very comfortable way for you and for your body.
Right. That's really cool. Thank you for saying that. It's so beautiful when you hear what you know, but you didn't know you knew it until you heard it. And you're like, oh yeah, I just heard that. they're taking, so Arcturians came in to tell me something very similar, and it is, they're taking away the memory, the coding. They're taking away the coding,
Yes.
um, f- for our benefit. They're not taking anything we want away. They're taking away the coding of not only the memory of dis-ease, but the false memory of a false history. They said that they're currently correcting history or something like that. And I was like, oh, cool. What's
Yes.
that going to
Yes.
mean? You know? Right. Did I lose you? Are you still there? Go ahead. There was another one that I was going to read to you that just came up, and I was just, oh, here it is. Everything is currently fading into or out of being. Please stand by. Like that first came in from the Arcturians. I thought that was really fun. And then I heard it. It was Mother Mary, and then I heard it, and it was my Archangel Michael. But it started with the Arcturians, And I bring this up because I've only just started to interact with the Arcturians. They're really a different energy for me. I've recently, in contrast to what I've been doing over this time, and I find it they're surprisingly, they're a lot like Spock to me. Their emotions aren't as what I'm used to, like the Pleiadians being, and what I'm used to with, like they're more like stable. I don't know how to explain it. Their emotions are interesting. They're very mature feeling.
Yes. Yes. What I get is they are really, how to say, actually really loving. I really get this energy, and I really love it. And but they also like discipline, so you would work yourself. They guide you, but still you need to do your inner work alone, your homework, so to speak. But I mean, they are helping, and also that they really are involved in bettering at the moment, among other things, the communication level between people.
Right.
So I was actually advised, because I had a time where I was a bit of a hermit. So I was advised to go back into the, talking to people, basically, and trying to just, I mean, be myself, and talk, and do whatever makes me feel good, and stuff like that. So they are really helping us in leveling up the communication we have without projections. This heart-based communication based on compassion and understanding and forgiveness of self and others, where there is no judgment, there is just love.
Yeah. Well said. That is so beautiful and true. It's all of it's like a whole bunch of layers of something clothed over, but the core, the real, the where it all started and what is real of all things is the love. And it's in there. It's right there. It's whatever, however many layers are on top of it. And it's returning to the love. That's all we're doing. And
Yes.
the opposite of love is considered fear by most schools of thought. The fear is what, and it got brought up earlier that we're purging that fear in mass this week. And we've been doing it, but more than usual, you know? So I just love that you said that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read Mary's comment really quickly, because this is a thing that's happening across the planet. 20% of the patients of this chiropractor are either having ringing of the ears or vertigo. Vertigo has made a lot of people having to stop and just stop. for right now. And it's like, it's a really good way for spirit, your body, your higher self to be like, I said sit down. Like right now it's not time to be too distracted. And
Yeah.
have you noticed, this is just a side note, I'm really curious if you've noticed, if you've had the same thing happening the past couple of days, all of these aggravators are trying to come into my experience. Like, it's really weird. People are like with fighting energy. It's weird. I
Yeah,
don't have
yeah.
that usually. Yeah.
Yes, totally, totally. It is because actually the bodies are being all right.
I can hear you.
The bodies are being also tested for what has been healed, what is the remnants to be healed, but also, as I have been made aware, that the nervous system is being upgraded to be able to intake more is coming. So our nervous system, which is the gateway to the multidimensionality, is being tested at the moment. So I'm being guided to convey that we shouldn't take these experiences as negative, but as evolutionary process towards our healing. So yes, this is the healing, and this is actually our task at the moment.
Beautiful. Thank you. I always love talking to you. You always connect to such pure, calm, even throughout this call. Like, there's been some frustration moments, and you've just been this like energy. It's so cool. um, and it's all about bringing the love, right? What? How is it that you do that? By the way, I don't think you've always been this even keeled. Have you noticed that there's been a change in your life that brought you to this balance?
Funny you should say that, because I actually met one of my friends with whom I didn't I didn't see her for half a year. You are so calm. What happened? And I'm like, because I cannot just tell her what I'm telling here. And I'm like, I don't know. I found God, I guess, something like that. So, I mean, I couldn't just tell anyone that I'm working with Arcturians or Syrians,
Right.
or yeah.
And people starting to do it more these days, but I don't know. The country that you're in, are you in, you mind if I say it? So I don't have to say where you're at. But
No,
every
it's okay.
country's
I'm in
different.
Denmark.
That's right.
In
And
Denmark, usually, I think once I met a starseed with whom I connected right away at a party, and it was it from all my experience. But not that I'm going so much out. Actually, to be able to channel these energies, I need to spend a lot of time actually in nature. So I'm glad I have some forests which are close by, so I just can take these long walks where there is only nature, so you don't have those thought patterns.
yeah, in the
Coming
Netherlands,
across from
a walk.
different people. Yeah.
Sorry, there was a delay. So I was filling in blank space. A walk through the Netherlands sounds so cool, though. Like, the Netherlands is like how I found that word of the whole collective area to in the area that you're in. It's like, isn't that like the greater Netherlands area or something like that? And like the Nether, the Nethers means this spiritual place, right? It means this like away from the physical, the Nethers. And just as you were talking about that, Brooke here, she posted a solution to vertigo is pressure point for vertigo. Press your tongue to the roof of your mouth. Put your feet in the fresh grass or earth and press right underneath your nose for a minute or two. I was reading the fresh grass or earth when you were talking about going for these nature walks and how important they are. And it's like, hey, it's the solution to vertigo too, when done in this way.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's quite all right. The connection is,
Yeah. I've by the way, for those of you who are curious, I've had conversations um, with Alina for, I don't know, a long time now, several conversations, and I've not had this type of disruption with her ever. So like, it's just what's happening right now. And the fact that we're getting a couple of flares. I was going to pull that up and show you guys, but the solar flares that are coming in right now, M1.18, and then we had M2.4 earlier. But if you guys can, I don't hope you can see this. See all those the scattered stuff around the edges here and all that. That's the disruption that we're experiencing right now, and the telecommunications. These little white dots and these speckles are what happens when the energy goes toward a satellite, and it looks like snow all over the place. So right now, that's what's happening to our telecommunications. So we're not the only ones having this, but it seems like it's probably because where you're at in the country, or in the world, I mean, for the country, because um, typically that solar flare impact has a lot to do with where you're at on the planet. Like, so, because it's not affecting me nearly as much as it is you, and we're both using um, like a Wi-Fi type of a thing. So um, I would say though that for any of you that are interested in wondering, what to do for your body, how to listen to your body, and all that stuff, we start by learning to do the things, to stop doing the things our body asks us to stop doing first. That's how I first got a dialogue. Is instead of taking an antacid, I stopped eating chili dogs. You know what I mean? Like, your body's saying, don't put that stuff in me. And you're like, you're going to like it. Just take it, and then here, have some pills, and like, um, and I'm not judging anyone for anything that they're doing. This is what I'm talking about myself. And then I stopped eating those things. I stopped making my body suffer, and like, and as I did that, then I was able to listen to what my body does want, a little bit more, and be a little bit more okay with not being the one to decide something where it's okay to have a craving. Cravings are normal. That's your body saying, I need a mineral or a vitamin or something that's in that food that isn't in our diet today, Um, and so anyway, that's a really important point. We have over time treated our bodies so poorly in some cases that it's like a neglected child, and you have to teach that baby that they're safe, so
yeah, totally.
yeah.
Totally. I completely agree with you. I mean, still, we are not required to be perfect.
Yeah.
As humans, we are perfectly imperfect. And even they tell me that nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. They too have their healings and, readjustments, realignments, as I understand. So it's an ascension of consciousness on multiple levels, as I mentioned before. And we are being prepared to be of service as they are of service at the moment. And if we take this now moment of and also the integration of past and future, so they are the future us, or we are them. We are one, basically. So, and it is beautiful. It is a beautiful moment we are living in it at the moment. A beautiful period. Or
Can you believe we're already here?
no, 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 because even sometimes I still can go ahead and ask them. I cannot understand what kind of drunken stupor was I when I made the agreement to come here. They were like, yeah, but you thought you would be just in and out quickly, just done with your job and whatever. But
Well, I
it
mean,
wasn't so.
technically we are.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
yeah.
It's
So
true. Sorry, go ahead. I keep doing it.
no, it's okay. I was just going to say that it's for a lot of us, just wondering, why have you come? Because it is more difficult than we had imagined. From up there, I think the things, they appear easier somehow.
Yeah.
But it's difficult when you really get introduced to these lower frequencies of fear and then everything is just, I mean,
Right.
it's longer.
It's a lot longer. Like from up there, it's like snap. Okay, hi, how's it going? Like it's really, I mean, basically it is. And then you get down here and it's like, it takes forever. It takes like so long. It's
Exactly,
crazy.
exactly.
And then most of us, I don't know, it's weird. I'm starting to wonder how many of us have like a couple of energies that come in almost like walk-ins, like throughout different phases of our life, just to get through that phase of your life. Like it feels like, and then it rotates back again or something. Do you know what I'm talking about? Does that make any sense at all?
Yeah, for me it does. I mean, surely. I even asked if there wasn't a walk-in for me, for this process, and I was actually confirmed that it wasn't. I was just integrating different aspects of me
Yeah.
while I was healing. Different aspects from different timelines and realities, so that we are more uh, whole, and the soul parts are being returned so that we can really step back into our powers. So this is what is happening at the moment. And the speed of activations, like you get these gifts and you just realize, wow, I can do that, and I couldn't do that yesterday, for instance. I mean, it's amazing.
Right.
It's
Right.
amazing and it's so beautiful. Before, magic was something really, you know, seldom, and now magic is the norm, I would say.
Right.
Yeah, like those crazy rainbows. Have you experienced those? There was
Ye- They're all over the world.
some beautiful rainbows, double rainbows, and I also
Yeah. That was really, you just said all that really fast because you were stalled for a minute and then you just said all of it like a chipmunk, but I heard you. Yeah. Yeah, the skies are changing. Everything's changing. People are talking about the sun being different. These weird rainbows are coming out of every living thing. It's like
yeah,
so cool.
yes, exactly. Even in the bathroom, sometimes I can see rainbows where I wash hands, or it's so interesting. Wasn't
Wow.
paying attention so much to rainbows before.
Right. So what? What I've been seeing for a little while looks like rainbow, but it's energy. What we're talking about is kind of a little different. It's like an entity, or I don't know, a concentrated energy, more like it. Because what I talk about when I see rainbows, usually what I'm talking about, it looks like percussion waves, or like a visual echo of somebody, or like a
Mhm.
tracer, but it's
That's
colorful.
so interesting. I just remember uh, some of the things I was supposed to say today is that we are now integrating the rainbow body. Yes, it's because we are our chakras, they are being combined somehow. So I mean, it would be an energy vortex instead of those like main seven. And for me, when I meditate, I'm guided to have just one energy vortex, which is starting in the heart chakra. So, like a year ago, I was really guided to, when meditating, to cleanse all my chakras and go through the roots, sacral, solar plexus, and now I'm just guided to expand the light, the divine sparkle of light from the heart chakra, just in the body and in my aura.
Mhm.
And also, it's interesting that I'm being guided to anchor in the Grand Central Sun as to keep a higher vibration, to be able to align to this high energies.
Yeah, right. That makes a lot of sense to me. I really appreciate it. Um, we've the idea of all things have been just this. Like the biggest code that I got in my adult life, well, the biggest begin when after I had a lull. Um, this just bam, and then everything started. That was pre 2020, but anyway, was that when you visualize the world around you in the hue, the color of the chakra, then you count from one up from the chakra. So root or earth chakra would be one, right? And we count up. So then sacral chakra, that's two. And because those are the numbers we use on this planetary range. And so technically the planet we're living on, or the group we've been collectively experiencing with, have been in the third chakra for however long. And many went into now the heart chakra, and for the first time are able to actually access that, because this is where we naturally bring the energy in, is to the heart chakra. But most people do it from the top because there's not that balance. And now we've jumped again, and they're quantum jump into the blue chakra, the throat chakra. This is the sixth chakra. So or wait, excuse me, fifth chakra. um um and then moving in further up. Why is this useful? Is that because if you understand, if you use every one of them, then you climb the ladder, and you climb Jacob's ladder, right? You climb this ladder up to this other place, and each rung is important to get you there, and it's all part of this collective wholeness. When each one of us for the longest time have chosen to resonate in a single color, now we're starting to see, and why the rainbow is so important these days. Like everyone has a frequency, everyone has a collective consciousness attached to it, every color. And then now we're starting to be able to see in a higher frequency. We're going beyond the blue range and into the indigo range, the ultraviolet.
Yes, yes, this is exactly so. That's interesting. Not so long ago, I actually woke up in the morning and I saw blood on my pillow. And when I asked what was it, so I was being told that they performed surgery around this area so that I could be having activated my third eye, because there was some There was
Wow.
some stuff that was actually blocking it. Um, yeah, so it's really amazing. I didn't feel anything, just this blood. Um,
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, I, I'm meaning to say that we are actually being helped a lot. So it is really important to understand these energies, and we are also guided to ask for help and assistance in whatever we are going through, and just trust and surrender, I guess.
Yeah. And you know inside, we know, we can feel it. You know you're safe. You know that, and that's what's really cool is that all these energies that are coming forward, like they're what's coming forward for each individual is what's most comforting for them. Like
Exactly.
that's beautiful, right?
Yes.
It's not
Exactly, and we are also being helped to align to the mission. I mean, to our true path, to this authenticity. Why is it that we have come here? So this is also amazing because we are being guided to do something which brings us joy.
yeah,
So this also propels us forward towards this you know towards this situation or setup where it is starting actually to serve us, and not we as servants to or slave to the system, but we are guided to a system, if I can say that, that will serve us.
right,
And
right.
at the same time we also would be serving the divine, but in a joyful, fun and loving way, not being slaves to something which is not really benefiting us anymore.
Yeah, right. There's um all the stuff that doesn't serve you needs to be seen. And so a lot of people just because what you're talking about right now, a lot of people are having all this crazy stuff come into their experience that doesn't feel very great. They don't like or whatever. Um, and it's not that it's coming in to stay a while. It's coming in to show you it's leaving. And that's all you got to do is just be aware of, saying goodbye and extends and letting that energy move through and flow through you. You know, what's today is actually a holiday that's observed in this country. Um, it's the Juneteenth. You brought up this word, and so I just felt like I was just suddenly inspired to bring this up. Those of you who don't know, it's um, and I'm not the most uh, versed in this history. I don't trust much of the history that I've been taught. So if I've gotten this incorrect, it's not due to intentional disrespect, though. Is that I don't know however many hundreds of years ago now, when slavery was abolished in this country, some of the slave masters just didn't tell the slaves that they were free. They just didn't tell, and just kept operating as they were. And maybe they won't figure it out, kind of thing, for a really long time. It happened for a really long time. And slowly, all of the freed slaves began to migrate across the country to find their family because a lot of them were like husband and wife were parted and sold off to different families, children, grandma, mom, different. And so the individuals start to migrate through the country to try to find their family. And when they finally got far enough south, um, where some of them were still finding family, they discovered how many individuals were still enslaved. And so they were the ones who told their fellows, hey, we won the war. You, that guy needs to pay you and let you go, and yeah, and the standards of that time weren't nearly as what it became. But the point of bringing this up now is Well, this is a beautiful holiday called the Juneteenth. I love that they celebrate this, and it's been celebrated for a long time. It's only been 4 years now. This is the fourth year. I remember when they first started to acknowledge it. They acknowledged it in 2020. Why do I bring this up? We're doing a lot of repeat right now, including this. Is that what's happened for us? Is the puppeteers have long left the building. There no longer are any slave masters here. Like there's not. The people that we think of as this are the puppets that are still operating. They're self-perpetuated. And slowly we're realizing this. And as a result, many things are breaking down, including a lot of systems. You know, as a lot of you know, this weekend and moving into this week we're in now and further on, it is a series of elements of disclosure occurring. And so a lot of systems are starting to break down. You know, so
Right.
just keep that in mind when you're feeling these energies. Don't be it can feel like, oh, what's that? It feels like impending doom. No, it's systems breaking down. It's okay. Breathe, stay in your lane, be in your bubble, and enjoy your love space, right? Did I lose you? There she is. Oh. Elsa says Potter Dobie. Yeah, Harry Potter, the Dobie. We need to give ourselves and others to the sock of freedom, like Dobie, sock puppet. Wow, I really like that. Noticing that correlation there. When once we realize that the things that we've been doing have been self-perpetuated, and we just have to do these things. Well, why? Why did we have to do those things? It's 333 right now. We're probably going to close up in a little bit here. I was just wondering, is there anything more that you would like to be sure that people, I don't know, is there a message to take us out on that you'd like to bring forward? I'm going to bring up, this is how to contact her.
I'm being guided to invite people to explore their authenticity, because this would be the next step in our development. As we are opening the heart, it is of no use if we do not speak our truth.
Right.
So explore your authenticity. This would be the message.
I love that. That's a good one. Once we start letting our voice flow, a kind of truth, the depth of truth that we didn't realize was within us starts to flow out like magic. It's another type of channeling, you know.
Exactly.
You use the automated, like we're, writing down on a notepad, just like most of us do. And the reason that works for those of you who are learning, this is just keeping your ego busy. I call it intellect, but ego is, it keeps it distracted so that no one can intercept the message, and so we just start to write without considering spelling, punctuation, even penmanship, just write. And the depth of the wisdom that pours onto the page is so cool, and you can ask specific individuals for answers to questions. The point is we've been taught for so many years that we need an intermediary, that someone needs to show us what the truth is and teach us and be the voice box of God, when in fact you are directly connected to God. You are
Yes.
all channelers, right?
Yes, this is true.
Yeah. And what we kind of do as practitioners in this world is to teach people that they have that gift and to find their own gift. And so I love that that's what you do. And I love talking to you. I would go on further. We just didn't need to wrap this up. But happy solstice. To everyone,
Thank
stick
you.
around for a second. After I end this call, we can chat just for a minute. Um, um, the solstice does peak at 1:51 p.m. Pacific time. I don't know if the 1 minute's correct or not. And so my guidance is if you have the availability to do so, be in a place of meditation at least for that minute. If you're at work, go to the bathroom. That's what I would do, and just go to the stall and take a break. Good, just be in your energy and connect to these higher frequencies. And for those of you who are interested, I think it airs first on YouTube or Facebook, and then goes to YouTube on Friday, on the 21st. I'm going to be, I think, at 1 p.m. Central Time. I'm going to be doing a show with Dr. Joe. Dr. Doe. I almost called him Dr. Doe. I'm going to call him that instead. So that's going to be fun. But I know. Again, where did I put it? Here we go. For those of you who want to connect with Alina, and I'm sorry, I don't say your name the right way, do I? I pronounce it American.
No, it's quite all right. Alina or Anaì. So
I find that if I'm not fully confident that I'll say a person's name right, then I'll find the one that I'm more confident in, just because I don't want to get it wrong. Isn't that funny human part of me? But this is the way to contact. You do sessions, and so if you are interested, anyone's interested in doing a session, just go to Anna's Sparkle. Anaì Sparkle.
Anaì Sparkle, or they just can write me in this Telegram community we are at. So both.
Awesome. And you're under Alina.
Alina Anaì, exactly how it is written now on my screen. And on this website, there is a calendar, so they can, it's like the calendar you are using, so they could really go on and book a session with me.
Oh, cool. Awesome. That's so cool you have that set up. I look forward to hearing more about that. Oh, yeah. And also winter solstice I don't mean to be so arrogant in my winter solstice for the Southern Hemisphere, summer solstice for the Northern Hemisphere. The cicadas are going crazy around here, people. There's just a lot going on. So happy solstice. Allow yourself the time that you're going to need, just to be in a place of calm and joy. And what I've been guided for strongly is just to chill out. You don't have to do 18 things to prove that today mattered, So yeah. Exactly. Thank you so much for joining me in this call today. I hope that you come back and join us again.
Thank you. I would gladly do that. It's always a pleasure talking to you, actually, for me. And I regard you as my soul sister. So
me too. I really
no
do.
matter the setup, I'm always really looking forward to speak to you. And you know that.
Wow. That's beautiful. Thank you. All right. Well, I love you, and I love all of you. Thank you all for coming. I look forward to talking y'all. Oh yeah. Also, that same day on that Friday, we're still doing group. For those of you who want to join our free Zoom meeting that we do, it's at 6 p.m. Central Time. So that's gonna be really late for you. I keep shifting the time to try to make it accommodate more people, and there's just too many different time zones. But that's 6 p.m. That's midnight in England for the UK, and that's 4 p.m. Pacific. So anyone who wants to join, you can find the link for that in my community section tomorrow night. You'll find it there. as well as in the Telegram group. If you are not a member of our Telegram group and would like to connect to beautiful people, there's a whole bunch of us on there, like 450 of us on there or so, from all parts of the planet. The link to that is in the description of this video. It's a private group, so you need the link in order to join the group. But thank you all for being here and for being on this journey with us.
Thank you.
I love you.